How did you initially build trust? And what is like trust and safety? What does that kind of entail today for Airvet?
A great question. So I guess it depends how you look at trust and safety. If it's trusting AirVet versus trusting the providers, but I can quickly touch on both. For trusting AirVet, it all comes down, we're maniacal with customer experience, right? It just has to be the best out there. So from a security standpoint, for example, we're SOC 2 Type 1 and SOC 2 Type 2 certified, which is a big security requirement around data and whatnot. We, at the end of every AirVet visit, the just like an Uber ride, when you get out of an Uber, it's like rate this out of 5 stars. How was your driver? What did you like about them? What didn't you like? We do the exact same thing. So at the end of every visit, you get a screen that pops up that says, rate your, veterinary provider and all that. Anytime somebody rates it less than 5 stars, it flags it in our system, and our customer support team looks at what it is, what didn't they like. Sometimes it's wonky. Someone will do like 1 star and they'll write under the comments like best app in the world. Like, okay, we need to talk about how stars work. But that's people for you sometimes. But yeah, we're the highest rated telehealth veterinary telehealth product in the market. So we've, I don't know, 7,000-8,000 reviews on just iOS, and we still have a 4.9 out of 5, which is pretty tough. And our NPS is 93. We lead the category of healthcare on NPS as well. And so we do that. We also record every single call and chat that happens on AirVet. So when someone rates it a 1, a 2, a 3, and they say, "Oh, the person said Liz," we can go back to the video. We have our team review the video, see what happens. Sometimes it's like the bedside manner of the vet, right? They were just too quick to diagnose. My dad says all the time, even if you know the answer, ask questions. And before you say what the answer is, just ask questions, because it's not because of how quick you can get to the answer. It's how much did the person feel that you were interested and cared. And so my dad all the time, as an example, he's done thousands of visits himself on AirVet. He'll say typically within 30 seconds of them telling me what's wrong, I already know the answer. But I'm not just going to tell them this is what's going on. I'm going to ask more questions. How long has this been going on? What kind of dog is it? How old is the dog? Have they gotten into anything? And questions, because questions show that you are interested in the pet and that you care about the pet and them. And then you just share the answer. So sometimes we have to go back to some of the doctors on our platform and remind them of some of those SOPs that, yes, you're a great doctor and you know the answer right away, but you still have to ask questions. You still have, so we remind them of that, and they get better and better. And out of thousands of vet, I think we've only had to kick 2 or 3 vets off the platform for just not being coachable. Not that their medicine was bad, but we have a very specific experience we want people to have that builds that trust. And that's more important than anything to us, especially as a B2B business, because it's different. If you're a D2C business and you acquire 5,000 customers a month and you lose 30, that's a great business. If 30 employees complain in a month to their HR teams about their dissatisfaction with a benefit, that you're in hot water with that company. So you have to be as close to perfect. So that was a big change for us, to be that maniacal about things. So yeah, hopefully that answers building trust and safety. Is just everyone expects you to do the little things or the big things well. If you're a healthcare company, right? People expect you to do the healthcare well. They expect you're a healthcare company. It's not a matter of doing the big things well. That's expected. It's doing the little things that no one else is doing that will set you apart. And I'll give you an example of that, because you can apply these to your own businesses. We are a veterinary telehealth company. People expect that we're going to do the healthcare stuff great. But what nobody really does great on the human side is continuity of care, right? You go to one doctor, they say one thing. A week later, you go to another doctor, they have no idea what that doctor, you have to explain it, right? There's no continuity of care. It's tough. And with AirVet, one of the things that we did is I said, after every visit within 24 hours, I want AirVet's doctor to proactively reach out to the pet parent 24 hours later just to check in through the chat. So let's say, Dimitri, your dog had a skin issue, you used AirVet, they told you, hey, this looks like an acute allergic reaction. How much does he weigh? You say 22 pounds. And they say, all right, give him half a Benadryl. And in about 12 hours, that should clear up, right? The next day, you'll get a chat from that doctor saying, hey, Dimitri, how's Fido doing? Has that allergy cleared up, or do you want to chat some more and come up with another diagnosis or differential, whatever it is? You can go into our App Store reviews, search by recency, and you can probably find the exact date we launched that feature, because it's like all people were talking about. Like, oh my God, the doctor checked in with me the next day. Like, that doesn't happen. So it's not the big things. That's table stakes. But when you do those little things, like proactive reach outs the next day to check in on a patient that no one else is doing, it blows people's minds.